Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. It's my daily meditation that I do for myself. I record it and I release it because maybe somebody else out there can get something out of it. It just so happens that I love theology and I love God. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. That doesn't mean that if you come to God's team, you don't have to deal with your consequences. None of us get away from that. All of us have to deal with consequences, good or bad. But if you're with God and you're on His team, if you have issues that you deal with the rest of your life, if you turn it over to Him, He'll just help you get through it, you know? Love yourself. Because if you love yourself, if no one else loves you, if you love yourself, you'll be okay, you know? And never give up on yourself, never. You know, if you lost everything you have, if you have yourself, you have everything. You can always rebuild. For those of you just tuning in, I focus out of three major religious texts: the Bible, the Quran, and I'm in an introductory Buddhist text called The Shape of Suffering, and it deals with dependent co-arising. Without no this, there's no that. Everything we say and do has an effect on our senses, good or bad. I try to rotate the text twice a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. Just depends on how I'm led to meditate each day. We're back in the rotation for the Bible. We're still in chapter 6. We're going to pick it back up from verse 44. Now, these are just stories about Christ and interactions that people have with Christ, okay? For those of you just tuning in. And they that did eat of the loaves were about 5,000 men. And straightway he constrained his disciples to get into the ship and to go to the other side before unto Bethsaida. Excuse me for not pronouncing that correctly. While he sent away the people. And when he had sent them away, he departed into a mountain to pray. And when even was come, the ship was in the midst of the sea, and he alone on the land. Where is there a sea over there? Where is there a sea over there? And when even was come, the ship was in the midst of the sea, and he alone on the land. And he saw them toiling and rowing, for the wind was contrary unto them. And about the fourth watch of the night, he cometh unto them, walking upon the sea, and would have passed by them. But when they saw him walking upon the sea, they supposed it had been a spirit, and cried out. For they all saw him and were troubled. And then immediately he talked with them and saith unto them, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. So Christ was walking on the water. And he went up unto the ship, and the wind ceased, and they were sore amazed in themselves beyond measure, and wondered. Yeah, that'd be enough to make you kind of nervous. See somebody walk on some water. For they considered not the miracle of the loaves, for their heart was hardened. So they didn't notice that when he took them few baskets and the few fishes and the few bread and fed all them thousands of people. They didn't notice that was a big miracle. They didn't notice that wasn't enough of a miracle for them, you know. And when they had passed over, they came unto the land of, excuse me if I don't say this, let me look at this name. Gennesaret, and drew to the shore. And when they were come out of the ship, straightway they knew him, and ran through that whole region around about, and began to carry about in beds those that were sick, where they heard he was. So the people, once he hit that land, buddy, everybody knew it, and they wanted him to heal the sick, to heal them. And whethersoever he entered into villages or cities or country, they laid the sick in the streets and besought him that they might touch, if it were but the border of his garment. And as many as touched him were made whole. I believe it.